I have to say, I really wanted this show to be good. I was hoping for that. I think a lot of us were. I think my biggest concern is that they've radically changed this character, and they tried to do so in just one episode. None of his actions made a lot of sense, and especially in light of what we saw from the second season of Mandalorian, it's almost as if they removed the ruthlessness from this person between then and now. Even during the first part of this first episode, the character was wildly inconsistent with his background. And I mean, there's not a lot else to be said. This show is supposed to be the big home run for Disney for the beginning of this year, the end of last year. I just don't see it that way. And we'll know more, obviously, for those of you who have seen this episode, or episode 2 today. I'm not sure I will have seen it yet. I'm not all that interested in it, to be honest with you. The monsters in the first episode were great. I think a lot of people, especially, let's say 12 to 18-year-old me, would have absolutely loved the monsters in this, but they still felt out of place. The environment felt a little bit overexposed, I would say. Too much saturation, which also could, be explained by the type of filming they have to employ for this particular series, and pretty much all of the other Disney Plus series with the Stagecraft Studios, which again, we'll get you some pictures of here in the near future. But, well, let's dive into the actual viewership for this show. Here we go. The viewership numbers for this show aren't all that high. I don't know that we would have had an expectation that they would have been. Viewership here premieres to a viewership that's 13% higher than Hawkeye, which they have to admit was pretty disappointing. The Hawkeye numbers weren't quite there. Based on this story from The Deadline and from Anthony D'Alessandro, when it came to the Wednesday through Sunday viewership of Disney Plus Lucasfilm's The Book of Boba Fett, 1.7 million U.S. households turned in to learn more about the mysterious bounty hunter's origins in the first episode. Technically, we know his origins. The episode is titled Stranger in a Strange Land. That episode dropped on Wednesday, December 29th, very early in the morning, in fact. I think that's like midnight on the East Coast, like 12:01 a.m. or whatever. The audience for Book of Boba Fett, measured by Samba TV across 46 million TV devices, with a panel of 3 million smart TV households who watched at least, that's a typo, 5 minutes, was 13% higher than the premiere of the Disney Plus Marvel's Hawkeye, which was watched by 1.5 million households in its premiere days. That's interesting. 1.7 million is not an impressive number, and I guess 13% higher is better, like with 200,000 more households. But again, Samba TV is only measuring the first 5 minutes of the show. Roku uses some similar metrics. So when you look at these numbers, as I said on the 6 Minute Daily, 1.7 million times 2, 3.4 million people, maybe less. Hard to say how many Roku folks are actually watching Disney Plus. I mean, this is the other problem we have when it comes to the way these numbers are calculated. It doesn't mean they finished the episode. Many people were frustrated with this first episode and kind of walked away from it before finishing it completely. But I guess Loki was the first prominent series to drop on a Wednesday, and that series still ranks as the highest 5-day premiere on Disney Plus per Samba, which clocked in at 2.5 million households, or almost twice as much as Book of Boba Fett. In fact, they're saying it's pacing 32% behind. Now, again, we won't really know the actual numbers without somebody telling us. And again, there's a complete lack of transparency. So investors, you're not showing enough frustration to get that turned around. But of the top 25 largest markets for Boba Fett, Portland, Oregon over-indexed the most at 71% by Seattle, Washington, 59% obviously in Seattle, as I said, and Sacramento, California at 20%. Wow. In the UK, Book of Boba Fett was watched by 188,000 households, which was 6% behind Hawkeye. 69,000 German households was plus 10% from Hawkeye, and 13,000 Australian households, which was 86% ahead of the Kate Bishop show. The Kate Bishop show. In the UK, Northeast Cumbria over-indexed the most at 24%, followed by Northwest 16% for the Robert Rodriguez-directed, Jon Favreau-written episode. It's very interesting. I guess for an origin story of sorts, diving into the past of this character wasn't necessarily the worst thing that Disney could have done, but they could have given us something better that was more in line with his character between, his escape from the Sarlacc pit and obviously his takeover of Jabba's criminal empire. There are some intriguing plot points in the show. I'll give them that. There is, of course, Ming-Na Wen's performance, which is always good. You still can't believe how old she is when you see her, and the way she moves and everything else. Very impressive. But there was so many plot holes here that I think anybody who's halfway paying attention is like, why didn't he just do X? Why didn't he just do X? Why is he not doing X? Very strange. Anyway, I'm just curious what you guys think. If this thing, if this thing is going to draw in the viewers, when will it do so? That's something we definitely need to talk about. Again, Book of Boba Fett is out there. At this point, you can get ready to watch episode 2 if you have not already done so by the time you're watching this video. And just, give me your thoughts down here below. Do you think this show is worth pursuing? Do you think it's something that's interesting? Is it a show that actually works for you? Or are you concerned with, again, the glaring plot holes that exist in this? Again, just a quick video to cover these numbers very quickly, and let's see what the future holds for Boba Fett. Support other independent creators, guys. They truly do deserve your support. There are many people out there making great content, covering incredible stories, and even creating out here on the platform. And because they're not backed by or promoted by the corporate interests, they're not getting the kind of support that they deserve. So when you hit a like, when you share a stream, when you make a comment, you're actually adding to their algorithm in a way that allows the platform to maybe elevate them up just even slightly, which, again, it's a good thing. But I'll end this the same way I always do, which is to say, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. It truly is. And until next time, bye. Hey there, one last quick note before I let you go. And before we make it to the end of this video, I, CultureCasino, have a brand new Teespring store. That's right, you can now go to Teespring, look up CultureCasino, or use the link in the video below, and pick out some handsome and beautiful CultureCasino merchandise with many different designs and styles and colors, many different items. I was actually surprised at all of the things that you could create, and I have some more designs and items on the way here shortly. But but, you know, if you want to support the channel in that way, there is some merch. Otherwise, here comes the ending. Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.